I'm not just being a rebel for the sake of it. I'm pointing you to these questions so that you can think of other things to question. Now, living a life of questioning everything, you got to find some balance in this, right? Because you can take it too far. You can lose your sense of reality. You can actually float off into a cloud if you continue to question everything, right? And if you never find the peace and harmony with all of this stuff, with all of these contradictions, all of these mysteries and unresolved questions, if you can't sit with that peacefully and find your peace in this existence, it's going to be a tough existence. And that's kind of what I'm talking here. I want to get the ideas out, but then also say, to a certain extent, I accept all of this. Right on the outside, but here, you can't tell me it's the year 2025 and that the world is going to end. And this is why I don't sit well with religions. There's a religion I have in mind specifically, but they cause anxiety and panic. And more importantly, they are inconsistent with my being. They don't align with my deepest beliefs. And so I have to reject them. And I'm not saying, my rejection is not a judgment on all religious people and all people in these organizations. As I've said, I understand the appeal to religion, and I believe it's mostly based around community and human connections. That is the positive of being in a religious organization, having friends and family and people to rely on. All right, people to cook you the meals when you've broken your ass. Or, you're sick or something. I always liked that. And I loved a lot of people in that community. But at my core, I didn't think the world was going to end and mythical man was going to come back. Because I realized mythical man is symbolism. The book that they follow is symbolic, entirely set to the backdrop of historical events and historical figures. It's a genius book, but if misinterpreted, then it misdirects many people, as it has. Now, what does that mean? I'm right and the whole world is wrong? Guess what? I don't care. It doesn't matter. Even if I was right and the whole world was wrong, it doesn't change anything. I still have to coexist. But the law is written on my heart. And you can't take that away from me, no matter what you do to me. You could lock me up, you could kill me, threaten me, hurt me, torture me. Whatever you want. It doesn't change what's here. Maybe one of the lessons from World War II, or any internment camp scenarios, or like genocidal examples in our recent history. You could look to those and see how well those work. You're just going to kill a bunch of people off and that's going to change minds, solve problems. Silly. But this is humanity, right? I'm not here to change this. I'm not here to change the world or to change minds or to make the world a better place. The world is the world. And I want to do my best here for myself and share with others that come into my life. Of course, I have a desire for that. But I also know there's nothing new under the sun. Nothing changes about existence or humanity. We're always going to be looking to a religion, higher power, external force. So there's going to be war and genocide. So there's going to be suicide. So there's going to be cults. This is nature. I don't want to fight nature. I want to embrace it and find peace with it. Make peace with the horrors and also with the pleasures. Appreciate the pleasures, accept them, embrace them. Getting high here. Getting up there. This is a good little climb. I really do appreciate the Tecumseh for what it is. Even this stairway to heaven or hell.